Cost-benefit analysis. Cost-benefit analysis is a systematic method for evaluating the feasibility of a project, decision, or policy by comparing its costs and benefits. It involves identifying all costs associated with an initiative, such as direct expenses and indirect costs. Similarly, benefits are identified and can include financial gains, enhanced efficiency, or improvements in social welfare. Once these costs and benefits are identified, they are quantified, often by assigning monetary values to each element. For factors that cannot be easily monetized, such as environmental or social impacts, qualitative assessments or proxies are used to capture their significance. The goal of CBA is to provide a clear framework for determining whether the benefits of a decision outweigh its costs, thereby enabling informed, evidence-based decision-making. Once the costs and benefits are quantified in a cost-benefit analysis, the next step is to compare them systematically. This is typically done by calculating key metrics such as the net present value, which measures the difference between the present value of benefits and costs, or the benefit-cost ratio, which expresses the relationship between the two as a ratio. A project or decision is considered viable if the NPV is positive or if the BCR exceeds 1, indicating that benefits outweigh costs. CBA also accounts for the time value of money, recognizing that costs and benefits occur at different times. Future values are discounted to their present value using an appropriate discount rate to ensure an accurate comparison. Sensitivity analysis is often performed to assess how changes in assumptions, such as discount rates or estimated costs, may impact the results. This adds robustness to the evaluation. The analysis provides a clear framework for making informed decisions by highlighting whether a proposed initiative delivers value, both economically and socially. However, it is essential to acknowledge its limitations. For instance, accurately assigning monetary values to intangible benefits or social impacts can be challenging, and subjective judgments may influence the analysis. Despite these challenges, CBA remains a cornerstone of strategic planning, particularly in sectors like infrastructure, healthcare, environmental conservation, and public policy, where it helps allocate resources efficiently and transparently. Let us discuss the steps involved in a cost-benefit analysis. Step 1. Define the scope and objectives. This step sets the foundation for the CBA by clearly outlining its purpose and context. We first need to identify the issue or opportunity that the project, policy, or decision aims to address. Next, we have to specify the goals, such as improving infrastructure, increasing efficiency, or enhancing public welfare. Next, we have to determine the boundaries of the analysis, including time horizon, short-term or long-term impacts, geographical scope, and affected stakeholders. Finally, we need to identify all groups or individuals who will be impacted, such as beneficiaries, government agencies, or businesses. In Step 2, we compile a comprehensive list of all potential costs and benefits associated with the initiative. First, we have to categorize costs into direct, indirect, and intangible. Next, identify all tangible and intangible benefits. Finally, differentiate between one-time costs, benefits, and recurring ones. Ensure all relevant items over the entire project lifespan are included. In Step 3, we quantify costs and benefits. This step involves assigning monetary values to all identified costs and benefits. First, we use actual data, market rates, or expert estimates for tangible items like salaries, materials, or expected revenue. For non-monetary items, use proxies such as contingent valuation methods or willingness to pay approaches to estimate their monetary value. For instance, the value of reduced traffic congestion can be linked to time savings. Finally, collect reliable data through surveys, historical analysis, or financial models to ensure accurate valuation. Step 4 is apply discounting for time value of money. Since costs and benefits often occur over different periods, this step ensures their comparability. First, we use a discount rate reflective of the cost of capital or societal time preference. Public sector projects often use government-specified rates. Next, we convert future cash flows into present value terms using the formula. PV is equals to FE divided by 1 plus R whole raised to T, where FE is future value, R is the discount rate, and T is the time in years. For projects with extensive timelines, consider how inflation, technological advancements, or regulatory changes might affect costs and benefits. In step 5, we calculate key metrics to determine whether the project is financially and economically viable. A positive NPV indicates the benefits exceed the costs, making the project viable. A BCR greater than 1 implies benefits outweigh costs. A ratio below 1 suggests the opposite. Internal rate of return is the discount rate at which NPV becomes zero. A project is attractive if the IRR exceeds the cost of capital. In step 6, perform sensitivity analysis. Explore how changes in assumptions or inputs affect the results. Analyze how variations in key factors, such as discount rate, cost estimates, or benefit projections, impact the outcome. Highlight which assumptions have the greatest influence on the results. Develop multiple scenarios, example best case, worst case, and most likely, to understand potential risks and uncertainties. In step 7, we compare alternatives. If there are multiple options to address the same problem, evaluate them side by side. Compare each alternative against a do-nothing scenario to measure incremental benefits and costs. If projects have qualitative differences, use a weighted scoring system to factor in non-monetary benefits. Prioritize alternatives based on their NPV, BCR, and other relevant factors. In step 8, we interpret results and make recommendations. Summarize the findings to guide decision-making. Conclude whether the project's benefits justify its costs. Highlight any risks or trade-offs involved. Ensure the initiative aligns with broader organizational or societal goals, such as sustainability or equity. Provide actionable suggestions, such as moving forward, revising the project, or exploring alternative approaches. Finally, in step 9, we document and communicate the analysis. In this step, we ensure the analysis is transparent, well-documented, and accessible to stakeholders. Include the methodology, data sources, assumptions, calculations, and conclusions. Use charts, graphs, or tables to make findings clear and comprehensible. Share the results with relevant parties, addressing their concerns and incorporating feedback if needed. By systematically following these steps, CBA provides a rigorous framework for evaluating projects or policies, ensuring resources are allocated efficiently and decisions are made with a clear understanding of costs, benefits, and potential trade-offs.